When you do permanent things with temporary people, you end up confusing a soulmate with a soul tie. A soulmate and a purpose partner brings peace, not pressure, suitability, not anxiety. Today on In the Mix, let's have a courageous conversation entitled Soulmate or Soul Tie. How to discern the difference between an attachment and an assignment. This is going to be good. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Welcome to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, Dr. Eddie, yours truly, and I'm glad that you have joined us today. Come on, family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Yeah, hit the thumbs up on this video. While you're doing that, hit the subscribe button as well. You know how we do it, family. We're getting ready to have a conversation of illumination. We're getting ready to light it up in here, up in here, up in here. In order to do that on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains, I need you to pay the light bill. Yeah, you know how we pay the light bill, family. I want you to drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, we're going to keep it all the way 100 watts because we're going to have a 100-watt conversation. We're going to keep it 100. We're going to light it up. We're going to turn the lights all the way on. We're too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. Family, let's spotlight, let's highlight our topic for today, which is entitled Soulmate or Soul Tie. How to discern the difference between an attachment and an assignment. You know, I realize so many times we stigmatize singleness as if it was a curse. We really do. We stigmatize singleness with a curse of sadness. I want you to put some respect on singleness. Come on, put some respect on singleness. And oftentimes we're stigmatizing, as I said, singleness with a curse, as if there's something wrong with us, as if there's something wrong with somebody. When in actuality, singleness gives you the most time to actually walk into the power of your purpose, to actually actualize your destiny, to do what it is that you need to do to make your life work. You'll have no greater opportunity and no greater time for you to do what it is that you need to do than in many cases in your season of singleness. And here's what you got to realize. Got to take that S off your chest, as if single means you're sad or you're scarred or you're scared or something is wrong with you. Or in many cases, you are stuck. You know, you're stigmatized. No. In many cases, that S on your chest ought to mean that you're selective. Come on, family, type selective. Type selective. Ought to mean that you really are the right person's soulmate. Why is that? Because everybody cannot handle the anointing on your life. Everybody can't handle the purpose, the power, the promise, and the provision that is on your life. Everybody does not have the grace for you. Everybody doesn't have the grace for your greatness. And here's what you have to get to a place to say. you have to get to a place to say this. Listen, if God ain't in it, I don't want to be either. I need peace, not pressure. I need suitability, not anxiety. If God isn't in it, I don't want to be either. I know they fine, but divine discernment told me that they're not mine. Let me say that again. Yeah, I know they fine, but divine discernment told me that they're not mine. Why? Just because you're unmarried doesn't mean you're unhappy. Just because you're unmarried doesn't mean you have to be unhappy. Just because you're unmarried doesn't mean that you have to be underdeveloped. Just because you're unmarried doesn't mean that you have the time for, here it is, unnecessary drama. Woo! Hello, somebody. Just because you're unmarried does not mean that you will be undermined. You're unmarried, but here's what you understand. You understand the anointing that is on your life. Here's what I realize. Marriage won't heal you. Singleness won't kill you. Waiting on God is not a waste of time. Waiting on God is not a delay. Waiting on God does not necessarily mean that you're denied. Here's what it does. It puts you on a path toward divine destiny. Because if you really want to be honest, we told you, we turn on the lights, gave it 100 watt type of conversation. If we really want to be honest, for us, it's really not our time to date. It's our time to wait. Y'all don't like that, but I'm going to tell it like a TI is anyway. For many of us, it really may not necessarily be your time to date. It just might be your time to wait. You know when you're ready to date, when it's not a need, it's a choice. When you know when you're ready to date, when you're not needy, you're needed. You know when you're ready to date, when you have learned how to wait. And what I mean by waiting, it doesn't mean that you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs, scrolling on Twitter. Does not mean that you are just sitting back, laid back, chilling on your lazy boy, being a lazy girl or a lazy boy. Doesn't mean any of that. Waiting does not mean to be idle. Waiting means to be active. You're not waiting on God. He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you to push into the place and into the prism of your purpose. He's waiting for you to recognize your value and your greatness and who it is that you are. Waiting is not like somebody who's at a bus stop. Waiting is not like somebody who is literally waiting on a Lyft or waiting on an Uber. No, they're lifting themselves up. Waiting is not like just somebody who's just sitting back and just chilling in anticipation of somebody giving them the hookup. Holla if you hear me. Waiting is this. I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm engaged. I'm preparing for what it is that I'm expecting. I'm like a waiter or a waitress in a restaurant. Notice this. The waiter or the waitress does not come to be served. They come to do the serving. Could it possibly be that maybe you are in this particular place of your singleness, not just to be served, but to serve? Why is that? Because if serving is below you, being able to be in a relationship, much more marriage is beyond you. Why? Because relationships and marriage is about the service business. Come on, family, type servant leader. Type servant leader. You know about compatibility. You know about attractability. But do you know about suitability? Serving brings you into connectivity through the lens of suitability. Just because you can have anybody doesn't mean you should be with just anybody. And some of us are just getting into relationships or strutting down the aisle just for the sake of saying that you have somebody because a holiday's rolled around. Gotta say I got somebody. Because, you want to go to concert, you want a concert buddy to go with. You want somebody to go out to eat with. Because you can't do it on your own. You got to always have somebody, or you got to have a running buddy with you. Because now you feel less than about who it is that you are. Come on, send yourself some roses and be as excited as if somebody gave them to you. And write yourself a note. And let it say, just because I love you. Come on. Can't expect nobody to do for you what you won't do for yourself. Can't expect anybody to love you if you won't love yourself. Just because you can have anybody doesn't mean you should just be with anybody. Because if everybody can have you, I don't want you. Where's your privacy? Where's your exclusivity? Where's your self-care? God wants you to have the right somebody. And here it is. The prerequisite to having the right somebody is being the right somebody. Y'all don't want to talk to me today. It's about you becoming the right one for the right one. And becoming the right one for the right one first begins by you being right for yourself. Waiting for what you want is better than settling for what you don't want. Come on, family, type wait. Type wait. Type wait. I know you're feeling the weight of the weight. But yeah. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Learn how to handle what's heavy even in your singleness. They that wait on the Lord. Oh yeah. Shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as an eagle. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Speaking of eagles, if you're not a part of our Eagles community family, I need you to make sure that you join me. Yeah, we talk about relationships. We talk about business. We talk about development. We talk about personal development, interpersonal healing, giving you strategy, structure, solutions, and systems to take your vision to another dimension. I'm increasing your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to be in a community of collaborators, not competitors, collaborators. Family, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. You owe it to you to invest in you. And I want you to do that. You can do that for just simply as low as $24.99 by being a part of our Eagles community. You get all the teachings and the trainings and the seminars and the sessions, 24/7, 365 access to all of our past and present sessions. You get to be a part of my live sessions where I'm teaching you, coaching you, training you, empowering you. I'm on my whiteboard, sketching it out, giving you strategy, structure, solutions, and systems, showing you and breaking it down to its granular level. Then you're part of our private Facebook group where you're motivated and you're determined every single day by amazing collaborators and connectors that you'll be able to connect with because your network determines your net worth. Be a part of our accountability partner community. Experience the transformation, experience the rejuvenation, experience a new lease on life. Let me show you how to move from where it is that you are so that you can chart your growth, so that you can chart your progress, so that as I give you Eagle's Nest reflection homework, you're able to see how you grew this week versus last week. And then you get feedback from me. You owe it to you to invest in you. Go right now to the eaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. Fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. We're transforming you even in this courageous conversation, soulmate or soul tie, how to discern the difference between an attachment and an assignment. Ooh, heavy conversation, family. HTA, Hard Truth Alert. HTC, Hard Truth Conversation. As I said before, waiting for what you want is better than settling for what you don't want. And it's never worth it to twist someone's arm to make them to realize that you're worth it. It's never worth it to twist somebody's arm to make them try to be in a relationship, much less marry you. Got to let people evolve at the level of where it is that they are. You can't rush them. But why? Because if you rush it, you're going to ruin it. Yeah. You know what? Your prayer ought to be, Lord, I thank you for not giving me what I thought I needed. Your prayer ought to be, come on, family, just type, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. It could have been me. Outdoors with no food and no clothes. Could have been you. In a bad relationship, too. Longer than you should have been. God, I just want to thank you for giving me what I thought I needed, but you didn't give it to me. It was what I wanted, but it wasn't what I needed. It wasn't who I needed. God, I want to thank you for saving me from me. Yeah, my own selfish ideas, my own specific modes and modalities and ways of the way I wanted to do certain things. Thank you. Really want to appreciate you. Thank you for showing me that when you do permanent things with temporary people, you end up confusing a soulmate with a soul tie. Oftentimes when you're doing permanent things with temporary people, here's what I realize. Doing permanent things with temporary people oftentimes leaves permanent scars. Because you didn't discern the difference between an attachment and an assignment. An attachment is someone who's just going to always pull away from you, pull from you, leech off of you. An assignment is going to push you into the portal and the prism and into the power of your purpose. Too many of us are confusing a soulmate with a soul tie. And here's the thing. Your time of singleness should be a place of preparedness. It should be a place of maturational development. It should be a place of purposeful living. It should be a place of healing and wholeness. It should be a place of not brokenness, but breakthrough. Broken people break people. Let me say it again. Broken people break people. Hurting people hurt people, but heal people heal people. And if you're not healed, you'll always bleed on people who didn't cut you. Brokenness moves you into a place of chaos. And too many of us are in a place of chaos and confusion and stress, and we're never at our best because we're always choosing mess. For some of us, red is your favorite color and you love red flags. You stop on green lights and you run red lights. Well, they ain't toxic enough. They too nice. They too kind. Yeah. You want somebody between Pac and Proverbs. You want somebody between Mahalia Jackson and Megan Thee Stallion. Make it make sense. How you want a D-boy and a preacher at the same time? How you want a virtuous woman and a video vixen at the same time? You said, Lord, please bless me with one. Yeah. You can make all things new. Put one in the same for me. Look out for a brother. Look out for your sis. I read what was on your prayer list. I read it. Got to become the right one for the right one. And matter of fact, you got to be right for you before you ever right for somebody else too. Stop focusing on being the last one in your circle who's finally going to get married. No, you're going to be the first one to stay married the longest. You're going to be the first one to be the happiest the longest. This ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. Come on, family. Type marathon. Type marathon. God is passing you the baton to run your race at your pace. He going to redeem the time. Stop stressing out about it. Stop crying, woe is me. Stop getting mad at your homeboys and your girlfriends. You got to understand this. Listen, let them get married. You don't even know what they had to do for them to get the person anyway. Why are you jealous? You got to understand this. Listen, if God is blessing my neighbor, that means he's in my neighborhood. It's just a matter of time for I get what's mine. But I know it's on the way. Come on, family. Type special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery. God's got the right one with your name on it. Every blessing associated with your life shall locate you. Every blessing not attached, but assigned to your life shall locate you. Right one's going to make you not feel like you're in a cage. It's going to make you feel like you're in a circle of support. I want you to join my circle of support. You're watching In the Mix, but are you a member of In the Mix? Come on, we got to do something about that. I need you to make sure that you partner with me. Partner with me by simply tapping the link in this live chat, link in the description of this video to become a member of In the Mix. Your support matters as we grow this broadcast, as we broaden our broadcast, as we reach and expand into nations and neighborhoods, cities and communities. You can help us to do that. You can help us to stream this content in a greater way by developing our show to be bigger, better, and brighter as a better broadcast. We got to get certain equipment. We need certain software to make this show pop and be amazing even more. Go ahead, secure one of the badges. That's why it's so colorful in here. These are our loyal members who have a certain decal and certain colors associated with the content of what it is that they communicate when they post and when they hit send and when they type and share. All you have to do is just go and get a badge. It's for as little as $9.99. VIP Royalty OQP. VIP Royalty OQP. You up with OQP? Yeah, you know me. You up with OQP? Now you show me. Go ahead and support one of our badges and bless our broadcast as not only just a member, but as a supporter and as a partner. Thank you so much in advance for doing that. Family, we got more in store in this amazing conversation. Yeah, we've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Talking about soulmate or soul tie, how to discern the difference between an attachment and an assignment. Stick and stay. More is coming your way. After these messages, I will be right back. Our schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and our children are undereducated. Our classrooms, culture, curriculum, and communities are in crisis like never before. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. So how do we fix it? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm giving you strategies in my new book. It's my 17th book, by the way, called Strategies for Successful Schools. How to develop a diverse classroom of learners who read, lead, and succeed. This is a book that's available right now for our educational leaders. It's a must-read for school board members, parents, community advocates, transformative teachers, and yes, for those of you who desire to see our children lead and succeed. But not only that, so many of our young people are struggling with their academics, their mental well-being, limiting beliefs, procrastination, interpersonal trauma, and just feeling like they're hopeless. But what if there was a go-to guide to empower you to be a champion and our children to be a champion and empower them to overcome challenges? Here's the good news. I've got another book for you. It's my 18th one. Learners are Leaders, Strategies and Solutions for Student Success. It's got a 31-day journal in there. It's got affirmations, really a lot of valuable life lessons, ways to set smart goals for success, improve your mental well-being, foster academic success. So much more that is in store when you get not just one, but both of these books. They're both available right now on Amazon. Yeah, go get it right now. But also, you can get signed copies that are available at theeaglesacademy.com/books. Don't just get them for you, but also get them for someone else too. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Family, if you didn't know, I got 2 new books to show. Go ahead and get them. Yeah. Learners are Leaders, Strategies for Successful Schools. These are going to be some amazing books for our children, and then for all those who love our children, who teach them, who rear them, who raise them, who train them, who empower them, who want them to be even better than who it is that we are. We want them to go further and farther. Once you get these books, I want you to get these books even right now. They're available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, but they're also available as signed copies at theeaglesacademy.com/books. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I've written 2 books in a year before, but not at the same time. Never dropped them at the same time. Well, wouldn't necessarily suggest you do it. Write 2 books at the same time. It was sure enough exhausting, but I had to get my dreams out and I had to get this into your hands. So I know once it hits your hands, it's going to empower you to think, and it's going to empower you to roll up your sleeves and do something even bigger, better, and brighter. So I would that you go ahead and support. My 17th and my 18th books. Wow. Family, talking about soulmate or soul tie, how to discern the difference between attachment and assignment. And a lot of times our focus is off. It is displaced. It is misplaced. Because we continue to move into a place of complaining and comparing and crying rather than positioning ourselves to be that husband or you, my sis, as a wife. And here's the question. Versus praying the prayer of, Lord, just bless me with a spouse in my house, or bless me with a spouse to move into a new house. The prayer ought to be, Lord, prepare me to be the right husband. Lord, prepare you to be the right wife that's going to improve that man's life. Are you preparing to do the finding as a husband? Are you preparing to be found and position yourself to be found as a suitable wife? Why is that? Because the positioning and the preparing comes through the process of healing. See, we just want people just take me as I am, or have nothing at all. Yeah, that's what we want. We want that Mary J. Blige song to be the anthem of our life. And here's the thing. Nobody has to just take you as you are. Sometimes your type is the reason why you're single. Sometimes who you are might be the reason why you're single. Ooh, y'all don't like it. Because you've been so obstinate to change. Well, this is just who I am. And, it's just going to be the way that it's going to be. And I've been this way. And so I'm going to stay this way. You just going to be the way that you're going to be all your life. You're just going to stay stuck and stagnant and cynical. You're not going to, the road is bending. You're just going to keep going straight. You're not going to improve. You're not going to heal. You're going to take out what your ex did to you on your next. How's that fair to them? Well, yeah. Somebody gonna get this. Somebody gonna get this punishment. Somebody gonna pay. And we can tell. Because it's all conveyed in your actions. We can tell. It's all conveyed in what you say. We can tell because it's all conveyed in your gaslighting and your narcissistic personality disorder and your limited beliefs and your projection and in your anger and in your disrespect. Yeah, we can tell. We can tell and we can hear the hell that comes out of your mouth. Nobody has to deal with that. Healing looks good on you. Healing's going to stop your hair from falling out. Healing's going to stop your blood pressure from rising. Healing is going to calm the heart murmur. Healing is going to lower your cholesterol. Well, eating healthy is going to do that too. Healing is going to cause you to not be depressed and stressed and blame shift everybody else. Come on, family, type healing. Type healing. Healing does the revealing. You can't address what you won't confess. You can't fight what you refuse to face. You can't fix what you can't find. You can't heal from what you won't deal with. And you deal with it and you heal from it by taking the time to process it. Processing by taking the time to be alone. Well, I don't want to be lonely. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely now. You can be alone and not lonely. Isolation can bring you into a greater place of revelation and elevation. Because if you don't enjoy your own company, why would somebody else want to enjoy your company? If you see that spending time with yourself is a stain and a pain on your membrane, then guess what? Eventually somebody else will see the same as well. For many of us, it's so hard for us to be alone because silence can become so loud. Now here it is. You have to deal with you. You're not distracted by a date. You're not distracted by somebody being in your space and in your arena, in your environment, and in your aura, and in your ambiance. You're not distracted by all of the stimuli and the entertainment and all these other things to where now you don't focus on what it is that you need to deal with and what you need to heal from. Now you have to come in close proximity with you. And for many of us, if you really want to be real, it's scary. Yeah, it's scary because now you keep thinking about the past. It's scary because now you keep thinking about the abuse and the misuse and how people dropped you. And in many cases, yeah, not that just you were just a victim, but even how you were a perpetrator. Come on, let's tell the other side of the story. You ain't always been no victim. Sometimes you've been the perpetrator. Sometimes you've been the savage. Sometimes you've been the one who's been causing the chaos. Sometimes you were the toxic person. Sometimes you were the red flag. Ooh. Come on now. It's got to take some type of accountability. Yeah, I know you may have hurt other people. Yeah, I know other people may have hurt you, but here it is. Healing is your responsibility. Come on, family. Type accountability, type responsibility. A&R. That's not just, this ain't the entertainment industry, artists and repertoire. No, I'm talking about accountability and responsibility. A&R. Healing is ingrained by removing the mask of your past. Removing the mask of your past. Addressing issues that you tried to cover. The power of healing, what does it eliminate? It eliminates self-destructive behaviors. What do these self-destructive behaviors do? They cloud your conscience. They place you in a cesspool of low self-esteem and limited beliefs and stinking thinking that keeps you soaking and sinking. And a stagnant, mitigated mindset. The process leads to progress. How does it happen? It happens when we allow God into the secret places of our lives, the doors that we have shut, that He already knows what's behind the door, the skeletons that in your closet that still got meat hanging on the bones. The things that you have deemed to be untouchable, to where you place the caution tape around it. No, do not cross. The secret things that you've never told anybody. It makes no sense to do any finding. It makes no sense to even be found until you allow God to do the healing within you. Until you're able to differentiate, because we all got some form of baggage. But can you differentiate and distinguish baggage from garbage? Some of us are carrying garbage, calling it baggage. And it stinks. You can put the perfume and the cologne on it all you want to. You can spray that thing down all you want to. Issey Miyake, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Thierry Mugler, Chanel No. 5. Come on. But it still reeks. Well, it's garbage, but it's in a Louis Vuitton garbage bag. It's in a Gucci garbage bag. It still stinks. Come on, if we let's be real about some things. When have you ever gotten to the place and you've looked in the mirror of your soul and you said, you know what, my attitude stinks. My level of procrastination stinks. How I keep blame shifting. That stinks. Not taking accountability. Not moving into a place of responsibility. It stinks. Always acting like a child. It stinks. The low level of maturity stinks. The lack of emotional intelligence. Come on. It reeks. It's rancid. It stinks. What you gonna do about it? See, here's what you expect. As a consequence, here's what we oftentimes expect. We expect people to take out the garbage for us. No, you do it. You do it. Well, my mama did this and my daddy did that and my grandparents did this and my uncle and my cousin and my niece and my nephew did that. You take care of it now. That's not their responsibility, it's yours. You gonna keep living your life blame shifting and pointing the finger at everybody else? When all of your relationships have failed, everybody else is to blame? Come on, family. You're the common denominator. Who was in a relationship with them and them and them and them and them? You. You're the common denominator. See, these are the conversations that most people don't want to have. They're afraid to have them. They don't want to have them. They want to veer away from them. But this is real talk. These are real truths. Could it possibly be when you get to a place of accountability and responsibility, you say, you know what? I was just as much as at fault as they were. When somebody asks you, what happened with the last relationship? Generally, this is what we do. We blame shift the other person. Well, do you know what they did? But what about you? A lot of us, we just want to jump the broom to a relationship. We just want to jump the broom to marriage. But you can't have a relationship without first establishing and building a friendship. Can't have it. It's not going to sustain. Friendship has to be the barometer. Friendship has to be the foundation. If you want it to be fruitful, if you want the relationship to be in a place to where you're faithful as well as you're fruitful, here's what we want to do. We want to rush the process. We want relationships to be like a Drake song, 0 to 100 real quick. I hear you. You're saying, no, I'm with Kendrick. They not like us and I'm not like them. Got it. But do your actions show that? Don't rush the process of getting to know someone. Hear me, and I really stand by this, that you got to go through the seasons with people. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. But you and I are not. Well, you switched up. Everybody does. Go through the seasons with people. People change. Yes, they do. I get what you're saying about a switch up. Loyalty, this, that, and the other. But here's the thing. There's variations in the aspect and the personality and the demeanor of people. It changes. Sometimes your heart can take you where your mind can't keep you. You say, well, I just follow my heart. Scripture says the heart is desperate and deceitful. Above all, is wicked. Above all, who can know it? Heart can tell you where your mind can't keep you. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But you and I are not. You have to go through the seasons with people. People change as the seasons change. The fall. Do they fall back or do they move forward? The winter. Do they feel like a loser or a winner? The spring. Is there an attitude that is springing up? The summer, are they trying to be a hot boy or a hot girl? Or are they trying to have a healed man or a healed woman summer? People change as the seasons change. How do people handle grief? Oh, y'all don't want to talk to me. How does someone handle, God forbid, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a job, the issues that may be going on in their career and their calling? What happens if their finances are a little fickle? What do they do? How do they respond? Don't rush the process of getting to know someone. Got to be prayerful. Got to be careful. Got to ponder. Got to prepare. This is why discernment and communication and attaining data is key. It's going to be the key that unlocks the door. It's going to be the key that locks the door. Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you, and I hope you are in a space and a place to receive it. Before you get into a relationship with someone, before you give out a title to somebody, find out how somebody handles conflict. Yeah. You find yourself knee deep into a relationship and you say, I didn't know this was this side of you. It was always there. You were so enamored with looks that you didn't really give it a second look and look a little bit deeper. Find out how somebody handles conflict. What do you do when you get mad? Come on, family. Type find out. Type find out. You better know that you know that you know that you know. You better really be sure before you do something permanent with a temporary person. What do you do when you get mad? Are you a powder? Are you a worrywart? I don't got no time for no powders. Fix your face card. It's bent. Come on. Yep. Straighten that face card out. Yeah. It's bent. Let's put it in mint condition. What do you do when you don't get your way? Here's a cheat code for you. It's going to tell you a lot. Find out how people handle the word no. This is going to apply in every specific aspect and avenue of any relationship. Platonic, romantic, business. Find out how people handle the word no. Why? Because you got to know who to know, and sometimes you got to know who to know. If you miss my amazing episode, put an S on that. Episodes, teaching, training, long series called Know Your No. I encourage you to go back and check that out on my channel. It's going to really help you. Got to know who to know. Got to know who to know. Got to create some healthy boundaries. Do they encroach on your boundaries? When you tell them where you are in your life, when you tell them where you are in your particular space and place, when you tell them what it is that you are focused on, do they still want to encroach on those boundaries? Do they want to blame shift you and really point the finger at you and make you feel bad for you being in the prism and in proximity of your purpose? Because you're laser focused. Do they want to make you feel bad for doing the God kind of work that you were called to do? I don't know if that's the right one for you. Find out how people handle conflict. Because here's the thing. Two becoming one is friction. I wasn't raised to be with you. You weren't raised to be with me. I met you at a particular portion in your life, particular place in your life. You met me at a particular place in my life, and I can't see your historicity. unless it's expressed in your actions, unless it's communicated from what you say. I can only see what you allow me to see. And that's the power of intimacy. Not just connecting with somebody's soul, not just connecting with somebody's physicality, but it's a spiritual connection. To distinguish and delineate the difference between a soulmate and a soul tie, you need more than just an attachment. You need an assignment. An assignment is going to lift you. An assignment is going to empower you. An assignment is going to lift you up. An assignment is going to encourage you. An assignment is going to strengthen you. An assignment is going to share the truth in love. An attachment is going to leech. An attachment is going to devalue. An attachment is going to pull you down. An attachment is going to talk about you. Attachment is going to try to siphon everything from you. They're going to try to withdraw from you because they have nothing to deposit into your spirit. A spirit mate will deposit. A soulmate will deposit. But a soul tie is going to withdraw. Here's what it's time for you to do. It's time for you to withdraw from what withdraws from you. It's time for you to withdraw from that which withdraws from you and draw closer to God. Draw closer to the leading of the Lord. Draw closer to your purpose. Draw closer to your power. Draw close. And stay in place by becoming the right one for the right one. It's not about her or him. It's about you becoming right for yourself. Family, this is the right place. This is the right time to sow into this right word. With what you've heard, I want you to drop a super chat, super sticker into this super conversation. Not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. This is where you grow. This is where you soar. I want you to invest in yourself and say, listen, I'm sowing a seed because I expect an ROI. Here it is, a relationship of increase. Yeah. A relationship of increase is your return on investment. Yeah, a ROI, a relationship of increase. That's what I want you to sow into. Yeah, I want you to sow into that. Maybe it's a $20 seed, maybe it's a $50 seed, maybe it's a $100 seed, maybe it's a $10 seed, maybe it's a $5 seed. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. Super chat, super sticker, into this super conversation. You can sow electronically. Cash App, $XS Identity. PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail. And I want you to name your seed as you're sowing your seed. I'm joining my faith to yours that God does 30, 60, 100 fold. That he does the exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. That he opens up windows of heaven and pours out blessings that you don't have room enough to receive, to where it's incumbent upon you to share it. He's overflowing your cup. What's in the cup is for you. What spills out of the cup is to bless somebody else. I want you to be a blessing by sowing into good ground here. Thank you for the seeds that you've sown. Thank you. Thank you. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate you for partnering with us. I appreciate you for helping our broadcast to broaden. I appreciate you for sowing into this word that you've heard. Link is in the chat for how to give and where to give. Link is in the description of this video for how to give and where to give as well. If you're not a member of In the Mix, I encourage you to join a community that is more than an attachment. It's an assignment. We put you in divine alignment with your divine assignment. In our In the Mix membership, my gift to you and my gift to you is to be able to give you access to our Connor's Corner content. Membership has its privileges. Go ahead and become a member of Connor's Corner. Become a member of In the Mix and get access to Connor's Corner content. Things you're not going to see on my social media, much less right here on this YouTube channel, only for our membership area. VIP, royalty, OQP, you up with OQP? Yeah, you know me. You up with OQP? Yeah, you show me. Go ahead and secure one of those badges by partnering and becoming a member. For the ultimate partnership, of course, become a member of our Eagles community. I'm coaching, I'm teaching, I'm training. I'm shifting you from where it is that you are to where you can be, simply just for just $24.99. Still of a deal for the value that you get, and just for the modicum of the price that you are only paying. I tried to make it as affordable as I could. But here's the thing. The value will exceed the price, and it continues to do so. Experience the transformation, experience the truth, experience yourself growing, developing, getting ideas for increase in impact and influence that also increase your income. You owe it to you to make an investment in yourself. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. In the Mix membership, link is in the chat. Link is in the description of the video. Same thing for the Eagles Academy. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video. I encourage you to partner with me. Family, In the Mix is out of time, but I'm not out of truth. Family, was this show impactful? Was this word that you've heard impactful? Come on, if it was impactful to you, just type impact. I hope it blessed you. In the Mix is out of time, but y'all know I'm not out of truth, and so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you, really, for rolling with me. Yeah, riding with me, rocking with me, rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. Whew. It's been a whole lot of consistency, family. Day after 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 day. And that continues. And we won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. We're going to keep on keeping on. And I appreciate your support. I don't take it for granted. I don't take it lightly. Of course, In the Mix is right here on the YouTube side. Hit the like button. Subscribe. You ought to share this with somebody. You ought to share. Like, share, subscribe. Of course, we mix it up right here on our side, right here on the YouTube side, but also on our sister satellite social media stations, our sister satellite social media stations. And I give every one of you who are watching a sincere salute. I thank you. But I just got a question. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Well, then step this way, step that way. Come on, digitally step this way and step that way. Which way? By friending me, by following me on all of the social media sites. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. Come on, family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, now why would you look any further? Come on, family. You know I'm the man for the job. So I want you to invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session, your college. Let's make some progression. Come on, I got these amazing books that you need to make sure that you get. Go ahead and get them. Strategies for Successful Schools, Learners and Leaders. Yeah, whether you're a preschool teacher, whether you are a preteen, whether you're a teenager, a teacher, or an administrator, any and all of these books can work for you and empower you. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, but you can also get signed copies. EaglesAcademy.com/books. Invite me in. I would be honored to empower you. And all you got to do is email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, and I mean that, from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, I'm talking to you. Did you hear what I said? I'm talking to you to keep the faith. Remember to keep the faith and believe. It's going to be bigger, better, whole lot brighter, peace. Yeah, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.